Hello all, welcome back to Learning Partner. If you are new, please do subscribe. This is another channel where you can directly connect with me. We have around 1000+ members already who are working. We take live coding sessions and everything. To just get notified about those sessions, please do join this group and check out this website also where you can find so many project ideas with live version, proper flow, diagram and APIs and documentation and all. Now let's start with the video. So in previous video, I have explained how do we do the inline table editing. So this was the example we did. So on click of edit, it will be come in the editable mode. On click of cancel, it will get cancel. On click of add new, an empty row will be added with save button. And if we click on the edit, you get the update button because this is the existing record. A delete part I have skipped because that is the normal with function. Now, the next thing we have to do, again inline editing, but with the bulk update. So bulk update is a kind of a scenario with every application we will have it. Either in some application we allow user to upload an Excel, and that Excel we extract in the UI and send the array to the API, or we can create an inline editing and ask user to add all the record in a once go, and in a single button click you will be able to save all the records. So that is nothing but bulk update. So let's try that. So this is the component which we are going to use. Let me just rename it with bulk update. Fine. Now, so API wise, the same API we are going to use. So if you see over here, we have add bulk update department API. So this API requires array. Can you see? Right. So only two APIs which we are going to use is get department and the bulk update, and delete will be the same. Now on the page load, first we need to get this API. So let's call this. So this is the API. Let's go to .ts. So constructor private HTTP :HTTP client. So if you are using Angular 18, you can make use of the inject method to create it. You can create a service also and put that API call over there. But I'm just focused on the topic. So that's why I'm writing the API call over here. Departments. This is going to be an get API call. So this .http.get URL. So URL will be this. We need to subscribe to the data what we get. Result : any. Now, in the previous component, I have already created the interface. So let's use that also. This was the interface. Let's use it over here. At the end of the class, I'm putting it. Now, whatever the response we get from this API, we need to hold it also. So here I'm creating an array. Ment list : we are going to get the array of this model. So department array empty. Fine. Now we need to hold it also. So this dot department list is equal to res dot data. In data, you will get the array, because my API will send a responsive object. In that data will have the array. And this function we need to call on the page load. So we will implement our lifecycle event also. That is on init. ng on init. Sorry. And in on init, we will call this function. So this dot get department round bracket, let's save. So in this variable, we are going to have that array. Let's display it also. So over here, star ng for let item of our array. And what things we have: department name, then department logo. Only two things. We are not going to have the remaining things. We don't need the action also because it's a proper inline editing. We will have all the text box in the editable mode only. Let's remove this. Now here, one thing we can do, we can add a serial number. So let's add that also. Serial number. Now we need to show the serial number. So let's create it. SR is equal to index. Here we can print the SR +1. And here we will, now it's an inline editing only, right? So we will create a text box only. Input type text. class form hyphen control. Now here we have to use ng model directive. What we need to bind? Item dot department name. We have to bind it over here. Just like that, we will have for department logo as well. Let's say when check if we are able to see the data. So now here you can see all the data you are able to see. Now, how does bulk update work? So for bulk update, let's say these are the existing record. Now I need to add one more record. So I should have an add button over here, correct? So let's get that. So in the last video also I have done that. So I will just copy paste that UI. So this is the row. Now above the table, I will have one more row. Let's add new button function over here. Now on click of add, what we need to do, we need to push empty record or empty object to this array. So this dot department list dot unshift, and we need at the top. So that's why unshift curly bracket. What things department ID with 0 because we are adding new record. Department logo with empty, department name empty, and this flag was there, but this doesn't make sense because we are not using it over here. Or let's remove this also. This flag is not needed because actual inline editing is there. All the records will be in the editable mode only. Fine. So on click of add, you will be able to see we have added one more record, 2, 3 like this. So let me just reload. So currently how many records we have? Just pay attention. Around 40 records we have. Now let's try to add new record. Let's say test 33, logo 33, test 44, logo 444. Now, sorry, I didn't write the code. Now on click, just we have added the record, but we need a button that will trigger our API, correct? So beside add new, we can add one more button to bulk update. So let's copy bulk update. Now here we are going to do the bulk update. Let's create this function. Now in this function, we are going to make our API call code. So now if we see the API is expecting array. As I told you, like bulk update. In case of bulk update, doesn't matter it is my API or your company API, bulk update will have a parameter where you need to send the array. So here you can see for bulk update, what you need to pass the array. So let's write the code. So this dot, sorry, this dot, I'm writing this dot HTTP, it's post API URL. Let's get the URL also. This will be almost same like that. Just the method name will change. Let's get the method name, add bulk department. Let's copy, let's paste. Now, post API needs 2-parameter URL and the object. Now, what type of object we need? Array. So we will send the whole array that we have binded to the table. Dot subscribe, round bracket, result, colon any. Fine. Now, again, my API will return a response where result property is what we need to check. Alert, bulk update success. And if we face any error, whatever the error message we get from the API, that also we need to show. So res dot message property, you will get it the array. Let's add a debugger. And once it is success, we just need to call this API also, that is get department. So over here. And this function we have already called on this button click, right? So let's test it now. So currently we have around 40 records. Let's just see one more time. Currently we have 40 records. Let's try to add 2 new records. Let's say test 33, logo 33, test 44, logo 44. Let's open the network tab and let's see if we are passing the data correctly or not. Now one click of bulk update, see our API call is there. Now if you see the department list, we have around 42 record, and out of that just 2 records have the department ID 0 because these are the new record, remaining are existing one. Let's continue. Bulk update success, and here you can see at the end you will be getting the last edited record. See, this is new. But what if we have to update the existing one? We can do that also. How? On click of add new, I'm adding one more record. I'm just doing the all the possible scenario. Test 55U logo 55. This is new record, and we have a department engineering. Let's change the name of that 23. Fine. Now see, on click of bulk update, if you see the array, this is the new record, and the next record was engineering, right? So here you can see engineering 23 we have passed. Continue. So once we get the new API-SSC, engineering 23 also got updated. Let me refresh it again so that you will find. So update also done, and the new record creation is also done. So you don't have to worry about all the scenarios because every time this will be in the editable mode. Now you just have to add a delete button over here, and delete will be normal. Doesn't matter if you are doing like this with the edit and the cancel and everything, or the bulk update, delete will be same. So this is how you do the bulk update with inline editing. So many project has master kind of data, which user is not going to, or it's very, if it is very short data, means 2 or 3 fields are there. So we don't normally create a form, we hide that or navigate. We do the inline editing to save the time, and this form, inline editing is very easy for user to use the application because very less clicks will be there. Whenever we are designing a web application, we need to make sure user is able to use the application very effectively with lesser click, with lesser mouse use, he is able to perform the task. So that thing we need to make sure. So inline editing is the best way to do that. Fine. If you are new, please do like and subscribe.